No, great. We're not.
Hi, Phil Lindsay here with Peep Magazine. We're here at the TKO Gym in Kenton, Newcastle. We've got an open day here, and we've got Keith McDonald, who's a head coach here now, and it's been a success today, but it's my first time in the gym, and I have to say I'm very impressed, Keith.
Yeah, very. You know, when they asked me to take it on, I wasn't sure what to think, and said there was a few people in front. Said, "Will you come and have a look at it?" I've been used for years. When I started my gym off in Amble, I had to have jumble sales, the car boot sales. Well, that was 4 car boot sales to get punch bags. I got the old bags from the prison. But they were finished with them. So now when they said, come in here, have a look, take it on as head coach, I came in thinking, there's something wrong here somewhere. So I couldn't knock the opportunity. And I'd never fallen out with Matty or Jobses. I'd still going great with Matty and all the lads. But I thought it's too good an opportunity to miss. And if I can make a gym work in Kenton, there's something to matter, you know, and I just have to build it up from here. And that's why I had this open day. And I'm over the moon everybody's turned out, you know. Billy Hardy and John Davison and Glenn Foote, you know. Yeah. Fantastic. Over the moon, you know. Couldn't wish for more, really, you know.
And I was just talking with the co-owner Richie Ellison before. I used to work with him many moons ago. But it's in terms of the plan moving forward, it's not just on the boxing as well. It's very community focused, isn't it?
No, I've always said, my wife works in, you know, child disability, that through the day and things like that, we've got to build it up and get people in and look after people with special needs, and that's what it's all about. That, you know, boxing saved my life. I don't know where I would have been if it hadn't been for the boxing. I don't know where I would have been. I wasn't from a rough family, but the family I was from, I got bullied at school, and I revoked to it. I started fighting, and then there's another gentleman who's very poorly at the minute. He's very poorly. There's a fellow called Terry Coulson, who was my old coach, the gypsy coach. And if it hadn't been for him, I do not know. I've sat by his bedside there the other day, and he's very poorly, and I just thought, if it hadn't been for this fella, where would I be? And that's the way I look now. That's what I said to Richie.
It's all about being set on the right path, isn't it?
It's being set. We've all gone off the wrong way sometimes, but with these kids especially, you've got to think, I've been there, I've done it. I don't want these kids. Say you get 1 out of 10, it's a bonus. Yeah, it's a bonus. There's a gentleman here who's got kids sparring at this moment. He's a coach now from Wooler. His son, he lost his wife, and his son was locked in the room. He wouldn't come out the room. He's only 10-year-old because he was depressed and everything. I got him down to boxing. Went on to be a great boxer. His dad's a coach now in that ring now. That's what I get out of life. Yeah. That's what I see. Special things like that means more to me. You know, it means more to me than anything.
Certainly more than money, that's for sure.
It's so strange when I see Dave standing at the ringside there, and I think of his son
takes it back
when he lost his wife, and you know, just 10 years old, and I think that kid. It turned to me, and when he says, "Where would I be?" and I wouldn't come out the room. Where would I be without this? So you've got to think of things like that. Got to think of the good, haven't you? You know, people get out the bad and the health problems and that. There's very little health problems compared to what, like other sports, rugby and that, you know. It's with the pro side, it's very strict. With the amateur side, it's strict. So you've got to look at the good things, haven't you? You haven't, you know.
So obviously focusing on the boxing side of it, you're saying you haven't had a setup like this. I'm just looking obviously behind us here. You've got all the sparring, all the work. It's getting filmed. You can watch it 5 minutes.
I can play it back. I can say that's where you're going wrong. I can do everything. All I need now is to build the community, get people in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take any of my pro boxers from other gyms. You know, I don't do that.
Well, that's one of the bad parts of boxing.
That doesn't work like that. I've got, you know, Steve Wraith and I've never fallen out with anybody, and I don't expect one to fall out with anybody. It's a bitchy business, and Brian Hughes once said to me, it's a shark-infested world, professional boxing. But not with me, it's not. With me, I want to work with people the way I expect to be treated by them. You know, I'll do the same with them. And I haven't fallen out with anybody, and that's the way I want to keip it.
You're a dolphin, not a shark. Keep that
well,
you can look after yourself.
Not dolphin from Amble. No, I just want to be here, see what I can do with it. I was retired from it, to be honest. I was retired from work, and I just finished with it, and I thought, I've had enough of this sport. I've had 40 years coaching, and I just thought, no, I've had enough. And when Steve Wraith came to us, and then Richie came to us and said, will you take it on? I had a bit to think about it, and I thought, no, not really. I don't think I want to. Then when I came through, I'd be stupid if I didn't. You know, it's my life. That's what it's been. It's my life. You know, so.
I mean, you never know, Keith. You might find you might only do a year, 2, 3 years, and then hand it over back to somebody else. But the key factor. It's timing something,
I think
isn't it?
the thing is with that side of things, I've had that many amateur coaches, and there's the fella standing here now. He's got the lad that's in the ring. There's very few coaches you can hand it on to where they'll do the same way as you. I'm a technical one. I'm not a fighting man. I like to study it and do it technically. And there's very few when they get their own way and get their tickets, they want to just have a tear up. That doesn't mean anything to me. Technical things to see. When I think of my friend, I hate to keep mentioning, but his boxers like Sir Robin Reid, Michael Jans, they came out looking good. Still good looking lads. That's not the way I went in with Terry Gilson. He just used to say, get in there. Do get in there, lad. Have a tear up. That's not the way I'm technical, you know.
Yeah, you got to do the drills, you got to work on the floor.
Learn how to miss the shots. So all these lads in here, I've said to them, you get your balance, you get your defence, your punching comes last, and that's the way I work it.
Yeah.
So that's my philosophy in life, you know. If they don't like it, that's fair enough. Don't come back. Don't come back. But I don't want to see
work both ways, doesn't it?
I don't want to see somebody's a big puncher. Fair enough, you're a big puncher, but I don't want to see people getting hurt, and I want them to keep their looks and what have you. So that's the way for me.
Well, again, it's obviously I was just interviewing Glenn earlier there, and like previously, Glenn would go in there and he'd take shots because he couldn't. A lot of boxers do that, but Glenn's last couple of performances, he's boxed a lot smarter. Yeah,
I've been doing Glenn's corner with him now, and I take my hat up to Davey. I help him in the corner, but Davey has him looking like a boxer now, not a tear up like coming in like he was with Honest John at Molly Potts. Get in there. Davey has got him boxing now.
Yeah.
And we'll both work on him. I go up, do the corner with him. I was up in Glasgow with him. We've got him working with different things. Davey will say to me, what do you think? And I say, well, I think he's too big a lad for to catch the jaw like he did with Josh Leather, come up at the top, the temple. So he did that and it worked. So we'll work with each other. And that's, Davey's my type of coach. We'll work together.
Yeah.
And, you know, Glenn, nobody would ever say Glenn would box like that and beat him. And that's the way. And if he gets Josh Leather back, I don't think Josh Leather would ever take that fight. I do not think.
Well, there's a lot of people. That's the general consensus going across social media that it's been mandated, but the Leather camp might not want the fight. But at the same point, I have seen a comment by Josh Leather where somebody questioned him, saying, "Do you want the fight?" He says, "Definitely," but
I would love to think so, because when we went up to Glasgow, we were in the changing room, and it was when the bad weather was on. There was only a handful who got up there supporters. We went in that ring, and I said to Glenn, "You're a man in here, mind. You're going to beat him here," and there was no doubt in his mind, and he did exactly what I said, and of course it happened.
Because he knew he'd done it right in the camp as well, hadn't he?
Very disappointed that Billy Nelson didn't pull him out for 11 round. I was concerned about that. I said to Shane McGuigan, he was twitching after the 6th round, badly twitching his eyes and chin. And I said, exactly the same as Ben and McClellan. I always remember that when Brian told me that. And I said to Shane McGuigan, he should be out now. He's twitching, he's not interested. Didn't pull him out. That lad ended up in hospital. Not my type of, I would have had him out, like it or not. And he just didn't want it. So that's bad. That's the bad side of boxing I don't like. If you're going to be a good coach and you've got a young lad in there, when he starts twitching his eyes.
Well, hopefully from their trainer's point of view, it was more, you like to think it was down to experience, but...
Well, I would like to think so.
It wasn't an experience corner though, was it? So
at that level, it shouldn't be an experience. You should have the experience before you get there. I would have pulled him out after the 2nd round, because that's when he got caught off Glenn. 2nd round, he got caught at the temple. And then he started catching the temple, kept going and going, and then it got the 6th round, I watched him just closing his eyes, sitting on the stool. Them coaches said, look at him and say, he is not interested in this fight. But that's just my opinion.
He was just allowed to prove how tough he was, and that's not what it's about.
On another side, I was down in Manchester a couple of weeks ago, and I was sitting with Pat Barrett and Matty Hall, and I was telling them about it, and they both just glared at me and said, Keith, you would not have pulled us out this fight. Yeah, so that's the way of it, isn't it? You would not. See, thanks very much. See you there.
Popular man.
And you would not have pulled us out that fight. And I looked at them, and the two of them just glared at us and said, we're fighters. We take this on board. We take this risk on board. You would not have dare pull us out that fight. And then I thought
that's why it's the trainer's job, because the fighter won't pull out.
Yeah, that's where you have to know your boxer. If Pat had said to me after all them fights, said, you dare pull me out, I would have to go along with it. You know, it's their livelihood. Yeah. But, you know, this kid was different. I thought this was a lad, was a boy, and he didn't want it.
Nah.
Pat's different, and them fighters down in Manchester are different. These fellas are, I don't know, they seem to have this fighting bit about them. You go to them gyms in Manchester when I'm down.
Cultural, isn't it?
It's packed, and it's just, I struggle to get lads in here. They don't. They've got them queuing up the door. You know, they've got them queuing up the door.
Well, you've only just started here, and success breeds success. A positive environment brings more people, it brings people back.
Well, so with yourselves and everybody who's been here today, I would like to think that it generates people knowing about it, and people start coming to it. You know, and it's the way I'm going to do it. I want to do it the technical way, but we've got everything here. We've got everything, so if it doesn't work, I cannot say I'm to blame or somebody's to blame. You know, you've got to just work it. You know.
I think we'll have to go on a door knocking campaign at some point.
Well, I think so. Are you going to deliver the flyers?
Yeah, well, knock on the door, do it in person. That's the way forward.
Well, that is. But no, I appreciate everybody who's turned out today. The boxing board, everybody. My ex-boxers, amateur boxers, everybody. I kind of followed it.
So it's a brand new chapter you've got that, like you say, a few months ago you wouldn't.
I don't know. My wife's too keen, like. I told her I was finishing the boxing, and I would like to see Matty here today, and he said he was coming down, and because I've never fallen out with Matty any of them, I would like to work together with Matty. I'm not there to pinch boxers off anybody.
No, exactly.
I'm there to work together, and that's the way I work. But
well, if he's not here today, no doubt he'll pop along.
I'm sure he will be. I spoke to him yesterday. I'm sure he will be. I've got a lot of respect for Matty, and same as I have Gordon and Leslie's come today. They've come off the holidays to come here today because I worked with their club. I did the coaching at their club for 7 years.
Yeah.
So, I cannot say I'm truly respectful of what people do for me, and that's the way it's been today.
Well, I think we always say it's the boxing family, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Has to be that way. It doesn't need to be nasty, does it? But never mind.
Well, brand new story.
Yeah,
Keith McDonald.
Thanks very much, Bill. I appreciate you coming.
Well,
it's really appreciated.
We'll
been friends a long time, and I really appreciate you coming.
We'll be doing a follow-up. I'll be popping in because obviously I don't only live along the road as well, so I'll be popping along. So as the stories start to come out of the gym, then we'll make sure we report them.
That's fine. Lovely
stuff.
Thanks very much.
McDonald, TKO.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, man.
See you later. Yeah.